Great Britain may soon take extraordinary measures to order people to stay at home, according to the newly elected Prime Minister Boris Johnson. In an escalating U-turn, British schools are to close. HGECS exams for 16-year-olds are to be cancelled. High school A-level exams for the 18-year-olds are to be cancelled too. We will rule nothing out, Johnson said, and we will certainly wish to consider bringing forward further and faster measures where that is necessary to suppress the peak. That was in response to a question on whether there is any intention to bring forward legal restrictions on when, where and how people can travel.
The extraordinary statement of in effect the government reserving full rights to impose any measures deemed necessary by presumably a very select number of largely unaccountable advisors comes as the Great British Pound has plunged to its lowest level since modern data began at $1.16 per pound. In addition, it appears these measures are based on walking blind estimates that extrapolate from known confirmed cases and thus estimate with some leeway how the picture might look if these selective data were applied to all. They are playing it in an overkill way without considering the necessary balances that have to be struck in every endeavor, as of course perfection is not for us to enjoy and as resources are not unlimited. Instead, it seems they wish to give the utmost care to an 89-year-old whose time has come, even if that means 1 million under 70-year-olds get to go without a job for years and maybe decades. The withholding of information by our own government in regards to these models and their assumptions while rushing to take absolute power is necessarily a concerning development, as the world now faces a Great Depression, or a Great Chickening as it should be called. And that they are withholding such information is admitted, for they clearly state if we knew how many were infected it would be a game changer. Thus they are working based on a crude view that considers only the extension of a week or two for 90-year-olds and not the depression of younger ones. This while no one asks why is this medical profession upon which we spend trillions globally seemingly incapable of advancing at all, with their latest invention we all know being the penicillin. An army of doctors and nurses, who of course we respect, and an army of researchers appears to have sat on their chairs for decades in a bureaucratic monstrosity that was the key spreader of this flu to the point they made it get completely out of hand. How can the millions, maybe tens of millions, of doctors and the whole health apparatus not get a handle on this now 4 months on, save for to order society to shut down? And while we all know how the Chinese doctors were silenced, we all of course expect our bureaucracy to be perfect, even though our bureaucracy is giving no information whatever on how on earth they judge we should have a Great Depression to extend the life expectancy of the very old one or 2 weeks on from expected life expectancy. Nor are they explaining why does it appear they are all acting in uniform while they all admit there are plenty of unknowns, save for what you'd think would be a discharge of responsibility in basically telling the world you can be wrecked economically, but that was to save some 90-year-olds so you can judge us. Maybe we can tea, and perhaps we won't tea for now, just as they didn't tea when the government and the media marched all to Iraq war, but consider whether we will judge, and consider whether in this case the judgment would be far harsher, because it does not appear our government is engaging in reasonable holistic analysis, and if they are clearly not communicating it at all. Copyrights trust nodes, related posts. Gold crashes as shops close. Bitcoin still open March 18, 2027 10 p.m. World braces for Great Depression as Fed and Gov run out of ammo March 18, 202. You can read full post on Cryptophans News, link available in text below.